Matt and Dan movie attack. Woo! Or Dan and Matt movie attack. Woo!
Shazam!
You're a real man.
My name's Dan Chester.
I am Mateo Crispy. How can we help you?
We're reviewing Shazam today.
Shit movie.
So let's talk about Sam Raimi's 2002 film, Spider-Man.
Oh, it was a good movie. That was a good one. I loved it. I remember when they brought the fucking Honeycombs Spider-Man edition. I bought those things like nonstop. Well, I made my parents buy them nonstop.
If you've been watching our channel, you know that we're big Sam Raimi Spider-Man fans. Sam Raimi fans in general.
Yes. Sam Raimi's amazing.
So do you agree that, well, first of all, Spider-Man, good movie?
Yes.
Shazam, good movie?
Oh, you're still you. Okay, yeah, yep. No, it's not a good movie. That was a shit movie. I wasted money on that.
Shazam sucks.
I paid for your ticket too.
That could be the end
I
of the
wasted
review.
2 ticket money. Nah, fuck it. Nah, that movie fucking sucked.
So the entire time I was thinking about Spider-Man, and this is why. Because in Spider-Man, there's a lot more drama that goes on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Come on, we know about the drama by the score. The score just screams drama on Spider-Man.
In Spider-Man, yeah, Danny Elfman. So like in Spider-Man, right? His uncle dies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all his fault, right?
Yep.
And then you remember how...
What are you trying to get at?
Remember how like Mary Jane, he's like in love with Mary Jane, but...
Yes, but she's a prostitute. On a Broadway show.
But then Harry ends up with Mary Jane, and then, you know, and like, they best friends.
Are they though? Yeah, they're friends in this one.
And then Harry's
And I'm
dad...
worried, but Mary Jane's a prostitute in the second one. That's why I was wrong. She's still in high school. She's getting ready.
And Harry's dad is the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like his best friend's dating girl that he likes, and his dad is the bad guy. There's so much drama that goes on. And then at the end of the movie, you remember when they're at the funeral of Norman Osborn. They're at a freaking funeral. And Peter Parker has to tell Mary Jane that they can't be together. And then Harry's all pissed off at Spidey because he thinks that Spidey killed his dad.
Well, Harry just goes on full Anakin when he's about to like kill everything in the world.
He does.
Yeah,
but in
the
end of the movie, he learns. I mean, you know, throughout the whole movie, he learns that with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
And the same thing happens in Shazam, right?
Yeah, so you again. Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you learn the same values in this movie than like in Spider-Man. Basic superhero movie. But a lot of CG spooge everywhere.
Yeah. But like, you know,
you get a little bit there, you get a little there.
It was kind of like in Spider-Man when like he, you know, in the comics and stuff, when Spider-Man is trying to use his powers to like get, you know, attention, he like is becoming a wrestler, you know.
That wasn't attention. That was how you got money.
Well, right, money, and like in the comics, he like ends up like he's on TV and stuff and different iterations.
Until
the Human Spider, he got my name wrong.
No.
The Human Spider, that's it? That's the best you got?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
The deadly, the amazing Spider-Man!
My name's the Human Spider.
Yeah, Shazam learns the same lesson, except
so like there was no wrestling.
Instead of Uncle Ben dying, Billy, who's the main guy, ends up losing his best friend for a couple seconds, and then gets him back even before. I think like a scene happens, and then they're best friends again. And then in the end, he ends up gaining a family of Power Rangers.
He was missing the black Power Ranger and the yellow Power Ranger. They're important. You wouldn't have the Power Rangers without them.
It's true.
Go Power Rangers! Yeah, I think we fell off because Shazam sucks.
Yeah, Shazam's a bad movie, and
horrible. There's a part where he does flight tests and he goes shooting up, and it looks like he's still in modeling
Yeah.
for the freaking CGI. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it reminds me of that scene in Nacho Libre where he gets
Nacho!
where Nacho gets hit by this bull and he ends up going he's a real dude and then he gets hit by a bull and he turns into this terrible CG dude. That's what the animation in this looked like, or like Scooby-Doo. I think Scooby-Doo had better CG.
Come on, Scrappy-Doo as big Scrappy-Doo is amazing. Tops that little fucking frog thing that goes.
But that's kind of what the animation in this movie looked like. I don't know why they skimped out on the animation budget, but it was awful. And Game of Thrones just came out, and Game of Thrones it's a TV show, but those dragons looked so much better than anything.
Stop, just stop. It's Game of Thrones. It's not some piece of shit superhero we don't really care about. That's named Captain Marvel in the beginning. Well, kind of in the beginning. Then Marvel stomped that out and said, "You're Shazam, bitch." And then he turned back in the building and the kid ran away. Like it is in the movie like 5 times!
Well, and also, so since we're talking about the animation though, like the monsters, there's opportunity for good creature design, but they didn't really do a good job.
They have a disease. They look like they're all just fucked.
Well, the monsters are supposed to be the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, but they all look prettier than that thing. Lust didn't even look like Lust. Lust just went.
Yeah, I think that Gluttony was the only one that actually, like, you could tell what they were going for.
Gluttony's mouth opened up and just trying to swallow everything and fucking came out.
But, so, Mateo, what would you say is the best 7 deadly sins version of the 7 deadly sins?
Full Metal Alchemist. I can pronounce that wrong. All I want. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so we've already seen the 7 deadly sins done perfection.
There's actually a TV show called The 7 Deadly Sins on Netflix.
The 7 deadly sins is done all the time, and if you're gonna do it, you kind of got to do it in an interesting way. And this was just like generic monsters. They sucked. They didn't even really look like what they're supposed to.
They didn't even perform what they had to do.
Dumb.
There's no lust. There's no greed. There's no pride. There is no. The only thing they had pride in was destroying what? Christmas?
Yeah, that was dumb.
The Christmas festival area.
Well, I do think that this movie started off strong, though, right? Like it was funny. It was funny in the beginning, and like I thought, like, oh yeah, this could be going. This could be good, and then it totally lost track. Like not even halfway through the movie.
Big, like this is the beginning. Hold on. Beep, boop. That's when it hit like quarter. Boop, boop. It hit like at the end. Then end. I'm so sorry.
Was that a heartbeat monitor?
In a way, yes.
That's
the movie. But not a lot of people are going to agree with me.
But also,
because you're so in love with bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know if people are really into this movie, but there are a lot of moments in it that like seem to parallel Spider-Man. Like when remember when he went on the roof? In this movie, he went on the roof and was like gonna face the final boss battle. That reminded me of the scene in Spider-Man where he's gonna face the Green Goblin. Green Goblin's like, does a spider come out to play? And he's like, you have Aunt May and Mary Jane. Not Aunt May. Mary Jane. And he's like, I also got some kids. He didn't say that on the phone, but he should have, probably. And then Spider-Man's like, then he gets on the flagpoles and he pulls them back and then slingshots over to the bridge. They basically did that same exact shot in this movie. So like these sort of parallels, the whole time I kept on like thinking like, oh man, I wish I was watching Spider-Man right now. This movie is not Spider-Man.
You were just saying that. In my head, I'm like, when is it going to stop? 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 This is getting shitty. This is getting shitty. Why is everyone watching this? Why did I make this idea? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? We should have ended by filming that video. That was it. No, we went to the movies. Fuck this. Why can't we leave? We had the choice to leave. We do. That was going on my head. But it wasn't ending. It wasn't stopping it. It just kept on going and going and going.
Yeah.
And like, at least in Spider-Man, like they gave a shout out to Shazam, like up and away, Shazam, and
That's true. Oh my God.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Sam Raimi gave you a shout out, Shazam. Shazam, where's your fucking shout out back, you cunt?
Well, I guess the whole movie was a shout out because it.
That's my fear. That's how furious I am. What?
Well, I guess the whole movie was a shout out to Spider-Man.
It gave. Hold on. No, it doesn't make. No, that doesn't give you a fucking shout out. That's not. That's just taking a story and putting it in another story.
It wasn't even like the full story. It was just like the beginning part of the story.
I still have your story. I'm so sorry.
And like I'm just pissed because like there's like no drama in this movie. Spider-Man, as I was saying, full of drama. All of that stuff is good drama. This movie, like nothing. Like he had his mom, right? His mom. He was trying to find his mom,
bitch.
but then he didn't even have like he never knew her, and then he lost her. Doesn't matter because he never had her. And then he like Billy was always an asshole. And he learned basically don't be an asshole. That was like what he learned. Like you shouldn't be an asshole, which is
don't be an asshole. Well, he's an asshole.
So you're not rooting for a character if he's an asshole. Like if Peter Parker was a total dick, I'd be like, well, whatever. Like if he was using his powers, if Spider-Man was using his powers the same way,
like in Spider-Man 3.
I like Spider-Man 3 more than I like this movie.
Same, actually. Same. Definitely the same. But yeah, it's just movies.
This movie's way down on my list. When we walked out, you said like you're like 6. I think you said like 6. And then I was like, wow, that seems low. Like I was ranking it on a craptastic tier. I was ranking it kind of high.
Yeah, you actually like you're like no, like a 7.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you said 6.5.
6.5, and
I
you
was
said
like
7. Let's give it a solid number. Then later at night, we get home. I decided to eat food and go to sleep because I'd work in like 5 hours. Midnight strikes. We went to the movies at 7:10. Got home at 10, and then I decided to go to sleep at 12. Stay with me. He fucking sends me a text message right when I close my fucking eyes. Right when I close my eyes. And it says,
it's important.
I thought it. Hold on.
It's important for you.
I may have it still. I may
no,
have it.
I know exactly what you said.
New phone.
The more I think about it, the less I like it. And I said
gave it a 4.
I fucking hate it.
Oh, here it is. Got it. We're gonna put this in the video. Oh God.
That's our review. Tell us how you feel about Shazam.
Yeah, have a good old time. Have a good old time.
I don't know what we're yelling about!